Hi friends, it's your pal Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about American cinema, and I specifically want to talk about the 2025 movie Xeno, and today I want to talk about just the acting. So for the acting for this film, I give it a 4 out of 5. And I'm going to talk about the performances of the major actors and actresses in it. Okay, so yeah, let's bang them out. All right. So Lulu Wilson. So she plays the main protagonist, this 15-year-old girl who actually finds an alien in the desert. By the way, I won't need to do any spoilers because I'm just gonna talk about the actors and actresses. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm gonna give a spoiler warning. That way I can actually give details on what I thought about the acting performances. Sorry. Spoiler warning starting now. All right. So Lulu, this movie doesn't work if she's off, right? But she's not off. She did an excellent job with this. I looked her up afterwards, and she's been in quite a few horror movies. I felt that at times she was overacting, and that I would have toned it down a bit. But that didn't really turn me off from her performance. In that, I thought she did a good job as far as I know. She was really pouring herself into it. She was taking this role very, very seriously and giving her all. And I think that manifested as kind of like overacting at points. But overall, the good, very good performance. I don't even think it was her fault. I think the director should have said, "Hey, let's take that back a notch," you know. But the movie rests on her performance, and it's a strong performance. And I'm looking forward to seeing her in other things. Her friend, who actually figures out that the alien creature won't eat anything it hasn't hunted, right? And then actually, it's hard to say if he's her friend in the movie. She is so like prickly and like, I'm on my own. I'm a lone wolf. Like it definitely. So Trey Romano plays this dreamer in the film, and I thought he did a very good job. And the two of them together are believable as people who are trying to form a friendship. I really wish there had been a friendship here. Instead, it really feels like, Trey Romano is trying to be friends with Lulu Wilson, and she's just so prickly and so ornery. And I think, and the writing was like, oh, it's really important that you understand that she hates everyone, and that her dead dad is all she cares about. It was bad writing, but I thought Trey Romano did the best he could with what he was given, and actually, the two of them together as a potential friend, friend group, I actually thought was very strong. Paul Schneider. So this guy, he plays Lulu Wilson's mother's boyfriend. He's a drunk. He's a terrible person. He's the bad guy. And his performance ramps up through the whole film so that, like, I'm going to do all these terrible things so that we can get the kill for this alien, and the alien's going to eat him and kill him, right? And you don't need to feel bad about this alien killing someone, right? Which is really interesting because they want you to sympathize for this alien like ET, but they're also like, this ain't ET, this is a killer, this alien's a killer and has a maw of razor sharp fangs, right? And so he does a fine job with this performance, and I actually think he did a great job with this because this was very difficult. This is one of those things and again, I think the worst thing about this movie was the writing. There was a great effort from a lot of people, and I really like this as an intellectual property, and it's one of the reasons why I'm covering it in such depth. I like this movie. It's a 4 out of 5 star movie, but the writing could have been stronger. This needed a stronger script. I actually would love to see like a remake of this 10 years from now or 20 years from now, just written better. That's interesting. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna keep going here. But Paul Schneider does an excellent job as the drunk, horrible boyfriend who gets kicked out by Lulu Wilson's mom. And then, so you have those, and then there was, oh, and then Omari Hardwick. So Omari Hardwick does a very good job in this. And he plays the government, right? Now, actually, more I was thinking about this, in the end of the movie, the government doesn't come in. It seems like he's like part of some shadowy, like corporate entity, like this Uber, like this para corporate organization, not the government, right? But somebody who is aware of that these aliens are landing on Earth and is trying to stop them. He did a good job with his role. I thought he did an excellent job acting in this. Of all the performances, I think Omari Hardwick kind of brought a television energy to this, whereas I actually think a lot of the other, like Trey Romano and Lulu Wilson specifically, really were considered like acting like this was a movie, right? Whereas I felt like Omari Hardwick was kind of bringing a television level of acting to this. He is serviceable, and the other thing I will say is I actually am very glad he was in this movie, even though I thought his acting could have been better. I was very glad that he was in this movie, and the reason why is he was without a doubt the biggest star in the film. I've actually seen him in other things. He was recognizable, and it was nice that he was, that he was in this. I have seen Paul Schneider before. And then finally, let's talk about Ren Schmidt, who played Lulu Wilson's mother. She does a great job in this. She did, like this. She had a tough performance where she, has to, like, she is so fraught in this, like, because her husband has been dead for like a year and a half, and her daughter absolutely hates her and treats her terribly, right? And just that really needs to that should have been fixed in this movie. Lulu Wilson's character just treats everyone horribly, except lizards and scorpions, and it was not necessary. But Ren Schmidt did an excellent job with this. And so I would give a 4 out of 5 for the acting in 2020 in 2025 Xeno. Every single word you just heard in this video is my humble opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider subscribing and have a fetch millennium.